Chapter 62:33. Facing Meiqing's question, Pollard nodded gently. Cataclysmic front is also his. Oh my God, Meiqing murmured. This news is really shocking. Margaret's son, An's grandson, Wade's grandson, is actually Charlie. At this point, she asked puzzledly. Charlie has such a strong background. Why did he settle in Orris Hill? Why? Why did he marry into Jacob's family? Does Jacob know his identity? Of course, he doesn't know. Pollard said, the reason why Charlie married into Jacob's family in Orris Hill is that he had no choice. His identity is still very sensitive now. So I asked you not to tell anyone except Paul. And this is on the premise that Paul can keep the secret and not tell anyone else. If you are not sure that Paul can keep the secret, then you can't even tell Paul. Meiqing is very smart. She almost immediately thought of the crux of the problem and asked Pollard. The reason why Charlie wants to hide his identity should be related to the murder of his parents back then, right? Yes, Pollard said. He has his revenge plan. My ability is limited and I can't help him with this issue. So I didn't ask in detail. I understand. Meiqing nodded heavily and said, don't worry, I will keep it a secret. Then she asked, you said you wanted to resign just now. Could it be that Charlie and the An family invested in car manufacturing and need your help? Yes. Pollard said apologetically. I should have asked you for permission before agreeing to them. But this opportunity is really rare. I really can't find any reason to refuse, or even hesitate. Then, Pollard said, Charlie and the An family have very strong financial strength. And they are wholeheartedly trying to do this well and build a local automobile company that can truly be famous all over the world. If this company can be successful, it can at least contribute hundreds of thousands of high-quality jobs here and greatly promote the development of Orris Hill. I also want to be a part of this project and contribute to the progress. Meiqing said without hesitation. This is a good thing. As long as you decide, I support you 100%. Pollard nodded and said with relief, thank you for your support, my wife. Meiqing smiled and said, since I met you, you have often talked about industrial powers intentionally or unintentionally. Although you have been engaged in finance for many years. But I can see that from a social perspective, you value industrial development more than financial development. To be honest, although I think you will definitely have no problem with your resume. If you miss this good opportunity, I am afraid it will be difficult for someone to let you manage an industrial project with an investment of hundreds of billions. This is a great opportunity for you to prove yourself. Pollard sighed, you still understand me. After that, he remembered what Charlie said before he left, and nodded quickly. By the way, wife, Charlie wants you to be responsible for legal work. Not just talking. Automobile manufacturing is a huge industrial chain. With a scale of tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people. Once it starts, it will also involve a large number of intellectual property legal issues. People who are very proficient in company law, patent law, labor law, and various business regulations are needed to control all legal issues. If you start exporting globally in the future, you must also study the import and export trade regulations and anti-monopoly and anti-dumping regulations of various places. Ordinary people really can't cope with it. Meiqing nodded, I used to do legal support for GM for a long time. Automobile manufacturing and sales do involve too many laws and regulations. In the United States, the laws of each state are different. Just facing the union is a difficult problem. It is not easy to invest and build factories all over the world and to have a deep understanding and analysis of local laws and regulations. After that, she was silent for a moment and asked Pollard. Do you think I can do it? Pollard said without hesitation. I think you are absolutely going to have no problem. Meiqing sighed and said, we all went to study abroad when we were young and stayed abroad. Now there is such a good opportunity, I naturally should not refuse it. At this point, Meiqing said, it's just that many large companies have policies to avoid relatives. Not to mention legal couples, many companies require that if employees fall in love internally, one of them must resign. What's more, we have obtained a marriage certificate and are legally married. If we are in the same company, will it be inappropriate? Moreover, once we set this precedent, it will be difficult to require people below to implement the requirement of family avoidance in future corporate management. Since you are going to be the CEO in the future, you must think about this issue clearly. Pollard said, many companies require family avoidance. The main reason is to avoid mutual connection and grabbing corporate interests. Although this has a certain preventive effect, it is also a double-edged sword. It will make people feel that the company is too inhumane and stifle the natural emotions of employees. Pollard continued, besides, we are different from those internet companies. The main force of our future employees is the production end. Most of them do not have core production materials and core resources, but spend most of their time between factories and dormitories. In this case, the existence of family relationships will not have any negative impact. Mei-Ching smiled and said, such a good opportunity, I don't want to miss it just like you do. If Charlie has no problem, and you have no problem, then I have no problem either. Great! Pollard said excitedly. I'll call Charlie right away.